I wasn't sure I was going to get a chance to wear this in a video after I got this. I got this one last week. And I thought, well, it would be nice to be able to wear a Montreal jersey that looks completely different from other Montreal jerseys. But when am I going to get the chance to wear it? Because it looked like the Flyers were going to knock them out. That Montreal was done for. I have to say, tonight, they proved that they're not done for. And B, where's this team been the whole series? So, down 3-1, backs against the wall, all the cliches you want to throw at them. This is the best game I think they've played the whole series, including that game 2 where they ran up the score. So, Hudon was in tonight for Montreal. That really didn't factor in. Price had a .951 save percentage coming into tonight. Hart had a .958. Both of those save percentages would take a hit tonight, one more than the other. So, when we look at it, strong start for the Habs. Montreal did very well right out of the gate and made it clear they weren't going away quietly. Which is completely different from games 3 and 4. The Habs take a penalty. The Flyers go to the power play. Sherratt was guilty of goalie interference, but Yoel Armia gets the shorthanded goal from Ouellet and Kulak at 2:53. And so Montreal's up 1-0. And in my brain, I'm going, so that's it then, because whoever scores first wins. We've had a shutout here, shutout here, shutout here. So that'll be a shutout. Shots were 4-2 for the Habs at 4 minutes, and the Flyers right away. Turnovers. Well, I don't know what it is with turnovers today, but there's been a lot of turnovers in these games. Price off to another strong start. Stopped Hayes. Nice breakaway from Hayes was stopped, not the last breakaway for Hayes. Gallagher takes a high stick. Gallagher is guilty of a high stick. Flyers go to power play number 2. Voracek would take a penalty. That makes it a 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 20 seconds, but it is a double minor. So keep that in mind. Kotkaniemi had a chance that was stopped. Extended power play for the Habs, but both power plays were cold in the first period. So again, Flyers designated home team, pipe in the booing from the crowd. The shoot chance, as somebody else mentioned in the comments yesterday as well. More shots than usual in the first period. This was kind of, I'm not going to say sloppy, but there was more offense in it. Definitely not the same amount of choking things off in the middle of the ice as we've been seeing. Price, I thought, due for a shutout because he hasn't had one in a couple of games. Things were slow in the second half, so they turned down the shots in the second half. Last minute, Farabee takes a penalty, and the Habs go to a power play. Second period starts with Montreal up 1-0. Starting off with a power play, and they had good chances before and after the power play, and then it happens. Kotkaniemi takes a penalty. It's a boarding penalty on Travis Sanheim. And the initial call on the ice is a major, so they do what you do now with major penalties. They reviewed it, and the referee reviews it, goes, yeah, that's a major. And it was. That was a major. He caught him in the numbers, off of his feet, all of that other stuff you're looking for. I don't know if it's going to be a suspension, but Kotkaniemi was done for the night. Out he goes. During that power play, all of a sudden, Philadelphia's power play came to life. Voracek scores from Giroux and Provorov at 3:35, which was early in that. Deflected off Sherratt's stick, and so early in the major, it's tied at 1. Suzuki then had a stick break during the penalty kill, so it's 5-on-3.5, as I always write down when a guy's got a broken stick killing a penalty. Price snow-angeled, and Ouellet saved. The puck stayed out. The Flyers missed one as Price had no stick, but then still, during that same power play, Voracek, with 8 seconds left in the major, he gets a goal from Giroux and Couturier at 6:37. So Giroux with a couple of helpers in this game, and it's 2-1 for Philadelphia. So that's your big momentum shift in favor of the Flyers, right? So, again, because this series has been low scoring, in my brain I'm going, well, that's probably going to be it then, because we haven't seen a lot of scoring in this series. Nope. Crossbar for Armia. Armia goes, you know what? I'm not going to hit the crossbar next time. I'm going to have it go in. He gets the second goal of the game from Kulak, which went off of Hart's shoulder and in. So at 10 minutes and 12 seconds, roughly halfway through this game, it's 2-2. Myers would then take a penalty. The Habs go to the power play. It's a 4-minute high stick. So that's the second double minor for the Flyers in this game. And Gallagher would score during that double minor from Suzuki and Drew at 11 minutes and 30 seconds. That's Gallagher's first goal. It is a power play marker. And if you saw his reaction to that goal, you could tell it's been bothering him that he hasn't been scoring. Players will always say the same, the whole, it's fine, it'll start going in, I'm getting a lot of chances. And Gallagher's chance was like, shot number 36 or 37, whatever it was. It's insane. But, they're saying what they need to say, and then once that goal goes in, they can finally relax. And so it'll be interesting to see if Gallagher builds on what he started today. If in Game 6 we see something more from Gallagher based on what we saw in this one. Armia then almost completed the hat trick. Now, there was a bad goal under the arm of Carter Hart. And Vigneault is pulling Hart, tells Elliott to get ready. However, the play was offside. So the goal's taken off the board, the play's offside. And then Vigneault kind of surprised me. I thought, you know what? I understand that goal didn't count. I would still take Hart out and I'd put Elliott in because he still missed it. But he decides to leave Carter Hart in net. So we'll just forget that goal ever happened. Sanheim then hits a post. The Habs were buzzing with 3 minutes left, but they don't get another one. However, they enter the third period with a lead of 3-2. Now, early in the third, Armia had a chance that missed high. He had his chances for the hat trick tonight. He did. The shots were 7-3 Montreal at 4.5 minutes. Again, this is what you want to see from a team when they're on the verge of being eliminated. You want to see this desperate hockey, a team that's coming out doing everything they can to make sure that they survive to fight another day. Lehkonen takes a penalty, Flyers to the power play. However, the power play for Montreal that scored twice on the major went kind of quiet after that. So when they got their opportunity, it wasn't going in. Petrie then takes a penalty. Hayes drew a power play from that. However, he probably wanted a penalty shot. And Craig Simpson said what I've been saying in reviews. A lot of these plays that were penalty shots during the regular season, they're not anymore. It's just that's a hooking call. That's a trip. That's a hook. And it's like, but during the season they were all penalty shots, and now they're not. So Hayes doesn't get the penalty shot. However, they do score on that power play. It's Farabee scoring from Voracek and Couturier at 10:37. And I thought, hey, we're going to get overtime. Because second half of the period, if the Flyers can just shut this down, and if Montreal shuts this down, we're going to go to overtime. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. And while I'm formulating this thought in my brain, Nick Suzuki says no. Now, I have been a disliker of the Montreal Canadiens for a very long time. I cannot dislike Nick Suzuki. This is a problem I have. I can't dislike him. I've liked Yoel Armia as well for quite some time now. Talked a lot about him during the regular season and how I thought he has a lot of talent there. And here are Suzuki and Armia on the board. And Drouin with the assist at 10:59. It took them 22 seconds to get the lead back. And by Suzuki's celebration, I would say that felt great. And for Montreal, that was the moment that I think this team on the bench went, we're not losing this one tonight. We're going to stay in this series. We're going to stay around. And the idea that every elimination game today would lead to an actual elimination, nope, that's not the case. So 5:23 left. Voracek takes a penalty. He was not happy about that. This is a power play that's drawn by, I believe it was Gallagher that drove through and made Voracek take the penalty. And so Voracek wasn't happy. The Habs get a power play. During the time after that, Gallagher needed some dental work. Mouthful of blood and yelling at the referee. I didn't, even from the angle they showed, unless there's another reverse angle, I couldn't see if a stick hit him or if it was an elbow or what it was, but he goes into a corner and he comes up and his mouth's all bloodied. But again, the referee may have had the same angle and couldn't see exactly what happened. You can't have referees calling what they don't see. Remember Vegas, remember Cody Eakin. We can't have that happening. So, Gallagher not very happy. Looked like a couple of teeth may have been knocked loose there. I'm going to say very, very likely was. But there's dental surgeons available within the bubble, I'm sure of that. So, Gallagher would stick around in the game. They'd patch him up and send him back out on the ice. Philadelphia pulls the goalie with 1:20 seconds left. And again, this is where Montreal showed this game was different. They didn't fold. Danault scores from Lehkonen at 19:42. That's your empty net goal. And then they played 1987 after that, where all the teams were where all the players are on the ice were kind of fighting with each other a little bit of a scrum. So some dislike coming into this series. Heavy at the end of Game 5. And again, these teams really not happy with one another. And I would expect that to continue. We'll see if there's any kind of Fighting ugliness in the next game, I'm going to say probably yes, because as the series goes along, that familiarity breeds contempt thing is definitely really a thing. The shots in this game favored Philadelphia only in the first, 12-10. After that, Montreal, 11-7 in the second, 12-10 in the third. Final shots, 33-29 in favor of Montreal. Hits were 39-28 for Montreal. Power plays, Montreal goes 1 for 8. Philadelphia goes 3 for 7. So Philadelphia's power play wakes up, but they lose. All of their goals scored on the power play. Price, 26 saves on 29 shots. Hart, 28 saves on 32 shots. The 3 stars are notable because no goaltender in them. Armia, Suzuki, and Voracek. So again, I'm not falling for it. I'm not going to start pulling for Montreal just because Nick Suzuki's a fantastic young player who, again, reminds me of Patrice Bergeron greatly. But I'm not falling for it. It's not happening. But congratulations to Montreal. They stick around and they force a Game 6. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.